I'm lost in darkness, searching for light. Every step forward feels like a fight. Shadows of doubt creep in my mind, but I refuse to surrender. I must find a way to rise above the pain, to overcome, to break the chains. My existence is a test of will. I won't be broken, I'll stand still. The weight of the world crushes me down. Fear and uncertainty all around. But I deep find inner strength to face the trials length by length. A way to rise above the pain, to overcome, to break the chains. My existence is a test of will. I won't be broken, I'll stand still. Through every storm, I'll find my way. Through every night, a brighter day. I'll rise from ashes, like a phoenix born. My spirit unbroken, my heart reborn. I've walked through fire and emerged scarred, but wiser, stronger, and unmarred. My existence is a test of will, of trials overcome, of a soul made bold. The way of the world, above the pain, to overcome, to break the chains. My existence is a test of will. I won't be broken, I'll stand still. Ooh, made bold. Through every storm, I'll find my way. Through every night, a brighter day. I'll rise from ashes like a phoenix born. My spirit unbroken, my spirit unborn. Day to day, nothing changes. All I want is a moment to think clearly, but thoughts come unrelenting, consuming every waking moment. My mind binds me and I can't escape. I shout for help, but no one hears me. One day I fear I'll just disappear. Lost in this chaos, I'm searching for.
What up, everybody? It's John Escudero. I'm here with the boys, Nick, Robbie, and I just instinctively jumped ahead of Nick because I've been sitting in this chair all week and my brain is mush.
John, happily, you can do that, all that and more. I am dealing with an illness, so please talk much more than me. I beg you.
He's so ill. He's sick. You just gotta love him.
Up, illin, but I am here. Exactly. I am here to talk professional wrestling. Guys, this is Dynamite 274. We are 13 episodes away from being able to say Dynamite was on longer than Nitro. So how's that? But hey, happy Nick year. It's your boy, Nick Larocco. And of course, John introduced himself. I introduced myself. We got to hear from the Rated R Robbie.
And it is your boy Robbie here for the very new year as we are back from break for the holidays. And boys, this was one of the best Dynamites in a long time. What a way to kick things off. We're now on Max as well. Let's see what 2025 can bring.
Yeah, it was fun. The Dynamite on Max, I thought we'd do something a little different this week. We'll just start from the fucking beginning. Dynamite this week First
The night
time
of main
streaming
event.
off of Max. It looked beautiful. I was one of the things I was looking forward to seeing if it would, because HBO Max quality, video quality is pretty good usually with videos and shit. They got 4K streams. They've got Dolby Atmos. They've got Dolby Vision. So the very first thing I did last night, I went to fucking Max. I looked up one of the old AEW pay per views. Sure enough, crispy as hell, beautiful. They dubbed over some of the theme songs, which surprised me. I didn't think
What?
that they would have that issue, but they did.
What happened to perpetuity?
Not the. It's interesting the songs that got dubbed over because it's not like licensed music. It's fucking the Young Bucks original theme and the stuff Papa Buck made. Right.
That's interesting.
That's really interesting. But also, I was waiting for tonight now to see if the live stream would look as clear as the on demand, and I'm pleasantly surprised. It is beautiful. I am so happy that we can see this in full HD. Though, pros and cons, no picture in picture.
They said there was
No picture in picture.
but no.
And on Fight TV, they got Triller TV. They got like normal, the full matches, no break. So that's something that we're missing out here. But it was cool. I enjoyed that shit. We opened the show with Hangman Adam Page versus Orange Cassidy.
Oh, John, we opened the show with "I'm so excited."
Fuck, that's right. We had a new theme, and all the celebrities are in focus. It was big on HBO Max, so we got a licensed theme. I'm so excited by I forgot their names. The Pointer Sisters. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. A lot of people were like, this isn't wrestling. I'm like, I don't know that any of the theme songs that are wrestling today are what you think wrestling is. I think most of the people just want metal. And at this point, that's long gone. It's not going to happen. Metal just doesn't sit on the charts. And when it comes to WWE, and then when it comes to Tony Khan, I think he just kind of picks the music that he likes. Yeah. At that point, I can't. How can I hate on that? But so yeah, we got a lot of emphasis on celebrities in this. We got Shaq, we got Mike Tyson, we got Snoop Dogg, we got Mercedes next to Snoop, and then we got Big Justice and Big AJ, the biggest celebrities of them all.
We bring the boom.
We bring the boom to you. People, I don't know how. I saw some complaints about that, but that's like real obvious. This is a new program on this big platform where a whole bunch of new people are going to be watching. And you kind of see a lot of comments from people who are like, I talk a lot of shit about AEW, but I would watch it if it was easy to watch. And so now it's here, and you saw a lot of different people commenting. I went online, I saw a lot of people watching for the first time. And this was a good episode of Dynamite. If this was your first episode of AEW Dynamite, I thought it was on fire, actually.
Oh yeah, they went above and beyond to be able to just stack the card top to bottom. That's why, that's perfectly okay to open the show. How instead of how we usually do it with starting with the main event, just talking. You had Hangman and Orange Cassidy. I mean, this is the first time meeting, I believe, too. So as a one-on-one,
it was their first time.
You could also say too, the start to bottom, it was a pay-per-view feel. It was a pay-per-view card tonight.
Absolutely. It felt good. It felt weird. The small building and the hard cam kind of placement, and I was like, oh shit, the ring kind of doesn't fit in the shot. So a lot of things were a little awkward, but I liked it. Intimate. A lot of people in the building.
Oh yeah, very bright too. They were showing that off and then some, and that was the way to go. I also wanted to call a little bit of attention. Never mind, I just lost that train of thought. I'm sick. Sorry, everyone. It's the mother of all simulcasts, though, and we're so excited. Wait a minute, the train is back at the station. I got it. This has had such a sports presentation as well, because we saw in that video that you had Tyson, you had Shaq, but they even during the promos they had, and I shared this on Dirt Sheet Radio. Go follow that on social media. They were popping Will Ospreay up there with all kinds of other athletes, and having a lot of emphasis on that sports presentation there. So that might be something to watch for in the coming weeks and months.
I mean, a lot of the top guys were featured in the opening too. It's just that it was surprising to see some of the older celebrity footage being used, but it makes sense because of what they're trying to accomplish here on HBO Max, or Max without the HBO, excuse me. But yeah, I mean, shit, let's get right into the show. Hey, Mac is here. Thank you for joining us tonight. And like Mac, leave your thoughts in the comments if you want to talk shit, you want to chat with us or not. I don't know, drop some thoughts in there. Talk with us. We'll talk about the opening match tonight. Hangman Page, Orange Cassidy. I thought this was fun. I actually forgot it was their first time meeting, but I was watching this and I was like, I'm really enjoying this. I'm trying to think back to have they had a different match, and I was like, oh wait a minute, no, I've never seen this in my life. Uh, Orange Cassidy did his thing. Hangman multiple times tried to go for that buckshot, and Orange Cassidy would just sit his ass down and roll away. Old school, classic OC. And then eventually, Orange Cassidy does get caught with that fucking buckshot. He gets caught. Great. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Pretty even match. Orange Cassidy doesn't look like a jobber. Hangman looks strong. He comes back, gives Orange Cassidy the double dead eyes, 2 dead eyes. Which brings out officials. Officials come out. Christopher Daniels is out. He gets his ass knocked out. Hangman's kind of gets like suspended or something. He keeps on attacking these Christopher Daniels or officials.
CD is one of the guys that's been trying to get through to him and talk to him and help him in some way.
Hangman says he's, or I guess CD isn't an EVP anymore, so
He is not.
maybe he won't get suspended for that. But I kind of was hoping they would give him something with a little more meat tonight. I was hoping like when this match was over, he would hook into a new feud, and I guess it's going to be with Orange Cassidy because he attacked him after the match, and I guess they'll have to come back to that. But he beat Orange Cassidy pretty cleanly. So like I'm not sure why he would have to fight him again at all in any context. There's nothing. I guess Orange Cassidy could attack him, and then they would continue fighting, but it's a fucking waste of time. That's keeping us that doesn't further any story at all. So I kind of really want something meaty for Hangman following this. Nick, what did you think of this?
You know, for the first time meeting, I think this honestly set a great pace for the rest of the show. And Adam Page and Orange Cassidy, you got 2 of the top dogs in AEW. From day one, they were really building the show up around Hangman Adam Page. And Orange Cassidy just sort of established himself as, no one wants to talk about me, this established veteran in the biz, as, a potential pillar. But I'd say he's one of the most consistent wrestlers in all of AEW, and both these guys put on a heck of a great opening match, and the chaos that unfolds afterwards, I think, like we were saying earlier, I don't think Orange Cassidy is going to have much to talk about in terms of a rematch, because again, it was such a clean victory, right? But Hangman's just going bananas. He's going crazy. He's attacking everyone and everything. So I think we're going to get a situation where, similar to how Mox and the Death Riders have everyone going after them, I think Hangman's just going to start pissing off too many people and have like a million enemies.
I thought it was odd that he didn't want anything to do with Moxley after the world title match. Like he seemed to really want a world title. And now he's just kind of flipping out and crying out in the corner with no real direction. So
because Jay White is going into the gauntlet because he still wants to go forwards and get that title, but Hangman's like, no, I'm angry. I just want to stew.
Possibly he'll be in the Casino Battle Royale, and then we'll see some further development there. But Robbie, what'd you think?
As you guys said, like that was a beautiful way to open up Dynamite, and for the fact that it was actually their first time meeting, what a way to start this up. But obviously, like you guys said, after those 2 dead eyes and him laying out Christopher Daniels, it just seems like at this point they're biting the nail of what could he do next. I mean, sure, he beat Orange Cassidy, and they can always run that feud back with Orange Cassidy wants revenge, but at that point, it kind of takes away from the storyline that Orange Cassidy already has against the Death Riders as well, with trying to take away the world title from Jon Moxley as well. And seeing that they did play that match up tonight, which was the lead up to what happened at the pay-per-view last Sunday, or Saturday, I believe it's last Saturday, and seeing them go against each other tonight as well. Hangman at this point, he's a nut. We don't know what he's doing. One minute he doesn't want to make sure that Swerve is getting the world title. Next, he's attacking Orange Cassidy after a match. He's attacking Jay White. It's like, where's the direction in Hangman from this moment on now at this point? So now that's one of the big questions I'm going to have in 2025 is what we're going to do. What are they going to do with Hangman Adam Page? Are they just going to keep going with this whole bit of him attacking, or will they eventually, or will they eventually get him to a world title?
I don't think it necessarily has to be the world title, especially since there's so much going on up there. But more, it's just something with a little meat attached to it. But again, we'll see. We did follow that with. I'm going by my screenshots, but I should pull up the fucking. I should pull up the actual card. The Hurt Business. We hurt people.
Excuse me, Hurt Syndicate.
Hurt Syndicate. Excuse me.
We heard
Bobby Lashley,
people.
Shelton Benjamin against the acclaimed Max Caster and fucking Anthony Bowens. They
Tony
go out there.
Bowens.
They've been having beef for the past couple weeks ever since he got that card from the acclaim, but honestly a little bit before that. The match goes about how you would expect it. They argued the whole time. Max Caster eventually tagged. Did he tag himself in, or what was that? I forgot how he fucking got in there, but they were arguing.
He reached over and
Caster
tagged
did
himself
tag
in
himself in,
when
yeah.
Bowens was on a roll.
Yeah, and ends up paying for it. He catches a spear. He gets fucking put in the hurt lock, and Bowens is like, fuck you. I'm not going in there to help you. He lets it happen, and it looks like the acclaimed is no more. No more scissors. No more scissors.
Yeah, Ricochet needed to steal their gimmick, huh?
You can't scissor forever. The friction will eventually start to bother you. And
Gets a
that's
little
what
too red.
that's what we're seeing here. The friction from scissoring is starting to get on Max Caster and Anthony Bowen's nerves. Their lips are red. They don't want to scissor anymore. So they're gonna break up.
A better love story than Twilight.
I don't know what we're gonna see with them after this. I think Anthony Bowens is a great wrestler, but I think Max Caster can carry himself better as a character. I don't know if they're gonna work separately, or I don't know that I actually want to see a feud between them take up much of my TV time. But that is the direction that they're going. The Hurt Business gets the win, and we'll see what's next for the Hurt Business too. They didn't really hook into anything tonight story-wise moving forward. So I guess next week we'll see some development on their end, possibly in that Casino Gauntlet match. But Nick, what'd you think?
For 4 minutes, 11 seconds, I think it told a story all the way through. Nothing really felt like it was taking up too much time. Everything felt like it was telling the right story for, honestly, both sides. Because in my opinion, I think Tony Bowens was really proving himself to the Hurt Syndicate, because I almost thought that there was going to be some sort of a swerve bro, and Bowens was going to, jump ship to the Hurt Syndicate during the match. Because if you notice at the very beginning, they weren't touching him at all. They were just beating up on Caster. And then eventually he did get in there. But I think more than anything, he kind of impressed them by, being able to have that fire. And I wouldn't mind seeing Bowens, maybe not even as a full-fledged member, even just as like an associate. I wouldn't mind seeing a little different side of him there and be able to join up with guys as great as a Lashley and a Shelton Benjamin. He definitely has the right physical build to join them. He's a strong guy. He's a force of nature. But Shelton Benjamin taking Max Caster to Suplex City, following all the fun from their interviews and Twitter barbs, that was some amazing karma that we finally got to see to kick off the new year right. And Bobby Lashley just again being that Jiren character where he's just meditating and then he comes in and just kills them. That's exactly what I wanted to see from him. I don't want him to be giving anyone anything. He is a legitimate powerhouse. He's a legitimate tank of a man. He should not be giving anyone any offense. He needs to just go in there and hurt people, as the crowd was chanting with the theme song.
I don't know if this is gonna have any. I don't know if this actually counts, but MVP was saying on commentary that Max Caster took too long to answer.
Mm-hmm.
And then he spoke to Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, and they said they don't even want him. So I don't know. I was like, oh, shit. Okay. And then they choked his ass out, and they left him laying on the ground. Max says he wants to know why AEW is saying Fletcher and Will Ospreay are tied at 1 because they had the random-ass match at Dynamite. Because that's not part of this series, Mac.
No.
Okay?
The current series.
The current series of matches, Mac. No, so yeah, they'll probably want to blow that off with like a slip match in Los Angeles. That's really far from now, though. I would do that on one of these Dynamites.
Mm-hmm.
But Yeah, so we followed this segment up with the girls, Julia Hart
Yeah.
defeating Jamie Hayter in in a match that I thought went kind of how I expected it to go. Julia Hart
Yeah.
had been developing greatly. I think by the time she became TBS Women's Champion, she had really, really, really gotten herself together and had really come together. But she had just got there when the injury occurred. So you saw a little bit of regression tonight. And I think Jamie Hayter slowed down to Julia Hart's pace, but it wasn't slow enough for Julia. And Julia was kind of clunky, and it wasn't the best performance from her. But I don't blame, like, I'm not like Julia Hart sucks. I'm like, she just came off almost a year fucking injured. There's a lot of rust there.
255 days.
I was kind of wondering if, like, maybe we should have rehearsed this match, or like we could have like get her in the, like, I don't know what their schedule looks like when they're not on television. Like, is there a fucking warehouse somewhere? Because Mercedes is always posting video of this ring with fucking AEW logos and shit. Where is that place? Are they not going there more often? Should they fly in a day earlier and work some of the rust off? Because it kind of looked like this is really her first time in the ring in 255 days. And I don't think that should actually be a real thing. Like, that should just be a thing we're telling the audience. That should not be an actual thing. But that's how it
see happen.
Yeah, like, that's how it looked, though. She was kind of rough out there. And Jamie, as much as she slowed down and as much as she pulled herself, as she kept herself to Julia's level as a good ring general should, it just wasn't enough. But hey, we'll get him next time. Julia Hart gets the win after misting Jamie Hayter and barely misting her, because I didn't even see it. But on a screenshot that I got here, you do see the burst, the bubble. It just kind of didn't stick. So Jamie did a great job of just not letting go of her face so that nobody could see that there was no black ink. Good professional fucking work. If there's anything
Great
you're gonna
salesmanship.
if there's anything you're gonna take positive from this match, is that Jamie Hayter is the great fucking ring veteran, and she's able to guide you where you need to go, and she's able to make moves on a whim and call audibles and do what the fuck she got to do. So I want to see Jamie out of this weird mid card position we've had her in since she returned, and in the real fucking matches, facing Mariah May, facing Mercedes Moné. Not anything against Julia, just that this is a waste of time for Jamie. What the fuck are we really doing here with Jamie Hayter? Actually, if you want to be serious, what the fuck have we been doing with Jamie Hayter for the past 4 or 5 months? She came back on the All-In pre-show. It's almost like she's being punished for being injured. I'm sure that's not what's happening, but that's how it fucking looks. Come back on the pre-show.
Our plans.
Spends the next 4 months on the bottom of the card when it comes to the women. And I guess you could say you could feel lucky that she's on TV at all, but like, fuck that. She was world champion. When she got injured, she was on top of the division. She was the most over woman on the card. How come we didn't get right back into Jamie Hayter in the upper echelon? That's really weird for me. And if she's not feuding with Mercedes, and if she's not feuding with Mariah, why isn't she feuding with Willow? Why isn't she feuding with Chris? Why isn't she feuding with Serena Deeb? Why are we doing things we can hook our fucking teeth into with Jamie Hayter? She is a great wrestler, and they've got her doing bullshit. They got that Saraya shit out the way. I don't mind that. I'm not mad at that. That had to happen. They were the ones who took her off of television. But I don't want her in the ring with Saraya anymore. I think that's fine. Like, we can move on. You had to do that. That's fine. Now we can move the fuck away from that. But unfortunately, we've just done nothing significant since then. And I love Jamie Hayter, so this bothers me a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could definitely tell that they were thrusting Jamie Hayter in as that sort of the good hand in the ring role for Julia Hart. And it's a shame that it was like that, because you've got so many great women wrestlers who could have easily had that spot for just like the opening match for Julia coming back. She doesn't have to go right in there with Jamie Hayter. And I get it. They really wanted to build up this show in particular for all the new people watching on Max, but why couldn't they have thrown her in there with, another established long-term veteran like a Deeb or like a Sakura, just someone that could easily get her from that point A to point B, who can, help her bridge that gap and break on all of that ring rust and shake it off.
I'm not even mad at that. Like, Jamie Hayter did the job they asked her to do. It was on Julia, and Julia wasn't able to step up to the plate. But like, she's been in this good hand position for the past few months. What's her reward? A loss to Julia Hart on this fucking HBO Max premiere show? That's fucking dumb. I just think
that's what I'm saying too. Is like we have so many other established women that could have been that good hand role. Why does it have to be Jamie Hayter?
And they could have also just went ahead and played Jamie Hayter and Julia Hart more down the line when Julia's more comfortable in the ring. Like, honestly, what I wanted them to do was have Julia Hart come back, face these veterans to build back up, and then circle it back down to Jamie Hayter for Revolution instead of just giving us this right here, right now. What we got right here, right now didn't lead to the hype that we thought was going to come around, because it did look like Julia Hart literally just got back in the ring tonight. If they would have just put more time into this, and we even just had at least a little bit more time for Julia Hart to get the rust off, we would have had more of a banger match.
I think too, beyond rust, I don't know if this came off on your guys' end or it could also just be me. It felt like when she came out, nobody really cheered or did anything. Like, it was just like a zero reaction. And, to be fair, you kind of expect that from someone who has like a presence, one of those entrances with like a lot of like darkness and presentation. I think fans want to just see the whole thing through, but it almost feels like that also kind of psyched Julia Hart out a little bit. The fact that it seemed like nobody really cheered that she came back out for the first time in forever.
And that's shocking too, because she was a former TBS champion. She was actually over at one point in time, and I think what it was, it's since she got injured, there was a lack of exposure for her, which therefore fans probably just stopped caring about her. They're like, oh, she got injured, so who cares?
She got a big pop when she came back a couple weeks ago. I don't think you're gonna get it everywhere. She there in North Carolina. It's I don't want to say
it's Carolinas though.
They would. Is she from there? Like,
no, but like the Carolinas are a pretty good wrestling area though overall.
Don't say that. I'm trying to make her feel better.
I don't want her to feel better. No, I'm sorry. I love Julia. No, that was you just being mean. No. I love you, Julia. But no, I don't know. It felt like everyone else got reaction. Even John Cruz got a bigger reaction than she did.
That's fucked up. They were singing the song. The house always wins. You missed it. They were singing. They were not singing. They were singing.
After the match, but
we followed that up.
Sorry, Julia.
Sorry, Julia. Next time, like I said, she'll get him. She'll get him next time. We had a series of highlight videos. So we had first we had Kenny Omega's video play, telling us that he will be returning to AEW next week. Very hype. I don't care. This should have me excited. And then they played the Okada video immediately afterwards, where Okada is like, stay out of my business. Like, how many times do I have to beat you? And then he does Kenny's goodbye kiss. He calls him a bitch. And then we have Mercedes Moné come out to introduce her video on Max, because she is the CEO. She's in the building. And why the fuck not? I mean, she comes out. She says, I had this video made, because that's how the heels get their shit done. I had to get my own highlight video made. They got this shit played here automatically. I had to come out and make it happen. So she did, and they played a pretty sick ass video that highlighted her matches, the matches that made it onto the Sports Illustrated Women's Matches of the Year ranking. And shout out to my boy Sid True Hill Heat on that. Getting you guys Sports Illustrated ranking showing up on fucking AEW TV like that. That is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. They got up on that. He is currently a writer for Sports Illustrated, and you'll see his name on those lists that you like to debate that are coming out from Sports Illustrated at the end of the year. I mean, speaking of year-end awards, if you're interested in that kind of stuff, Dershi Radio's Nick, John, Greg, we will be handing out our year-end awards or favorites tonight, tomorrow morning on the Dirt Sheet Radio main flagship podcast. So definitely check that out tomorrow morning when you wake up on your way to work or wherever you have to go back to reality. It's January 2nd, unfortunately. But we're here with you. We'll be on the ride. Listen to us give our year, wrestler of the year, show of the year, match of the year, moments of the year, all that good shit later on tonight after Dirt Sheet Radio's post-show rewind of Dynamite. Or, like I said, tomorrow morning on your ride to work. But let's continue. Let's continue this. Oh, yeah, Mercedes. She promoted her match with Mina Shirakawa and then got out of the ring.
Did it look like that bucket with the champagne in it? Like the champagne was already opened?
She definitely was drinking.
There was no cork to it.
Yeah,
I'm here with you, Queen. CEO. I don't actually know why they're not doing heavier promotion for this Wrestle Dynasty show. I thought
they should.
No, I actually it more paints a picture of what that actually is. Looks like New Japan booked the dome for 2 days and put AEW branding on it. And AEW sent some guys over more than an actual AEW show taking place at the Tokyo Dome. Because could you imagine they're excited to do All In at the nameless Texas stadium, right? So, if this was like an AEW event at the Tokyo Dome, Tony Khan would be like, "This is AEW at the Tokyo Dome, yeah,
banner for it.
My fucking dick is so hard. I love the Tokyo Dome." But no, it is a New Japan event with AEW branding. I see that now. As much as they tried to hide it, I was like, "Damn!" But there's no banner. When the thing came on the screen, it says Revolution. I was like, damn, Wrestle Dynasty's on Sunday. You're going to put the logo up for 1 week. It's like, that's not my business. Did you just die? What happened?
Blackout.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
Spooky.
Yeah, so after those highlight videos, we had the triple threat match to determine the number 1 spot in next week's Casino Gauntlet match. The Casino Gauntlet match is quickly becoming one of AEW's signature matches. I'm happy that we did away with the Battle Royale for the Gauntlet. I think the Gauntlet is unique. I think we need to bring back the Casino Ladder match.
Yes.
Stop playing with me. That was the fucking most unique stipulation I've seen in American pro wrestling in a long fucking time. They're like, Royal Rumble ladder match. Yes, absolutely. Give me another one of those, you sick motherfuckers. And they haven't.
Major promotion to begin with was that match.
No, they had the damn Casino Battle Royale first, and it took a long time to get that down because they couldn't get the pop because they were doing they're coming out in groups and they overthought it. It was too much. They finally peaked the concept with the Casino Gauntlet. It's just that I thought the ladder match was very interesting, and we need to go back to that, to use that at least once. Anyway, the Casino Gauntlet match next week, it is not Battle Royale, so that means that because of the unique rules, being number 1 in this gauntlet is the best position you could possibly be in. You can end this match. You can end this match theoretically before anybody comes out here, which is cool. Greg, who's going to be joining us tonight, talking about that nameless Texas stadium. It's called Globe Life Field, you disrespectful prick. What the fuck is that? What fucking what evil corporation is Globe Life? Anyway. What were we talking about? He fucked me up.
Casino Gauntlet.
The Casino Gauntlet. That's right. It's a gauntlet match. It can end with the first pinfall. So technically, there's supposed to be 21 people in it. But you can end the match by pinning the first motherfucker to come out. And that will leave 20 or 19 angry dudes in the back who never got to participate.
Which they've done the storyline for. Remember, that was something that angered Roddy because he didn't get the chance to come out yet.
I was in the fucking gorilla and the match ended on me. That's actually awesome.
Chance to come down.
I feel like it's guaranteed that Mr. Casino Gauntlet Will Ospreay is going to be in it.
I think that the Casino Gauntlet, the people who are going to participate in this match should all come together and find Will Ospreay before it even starts, and then tie him down or beat him up or kill him. Probably kill him because it's the only way that he's not going to win this fucking gauntlet match. Like, actually, when they announced
Technically,
this,
anything goes. They could kill him.
the first thing my son said was, "Oh shit, Moxley versus Ospreay is going to go crazy." I was like, "Fuck, that's right." That's not gonna happen. It's no way. That's immediate. So Will Ospreay should not be in this match because I don't want to see him lose. It looks like Jay White. Basically this triple threat match: Swerve Strickland, Jay White, and Ricochet. Not Ricochet. Swerve Strickland, Jay White, and Roderick Strong. Roddy Strong. They have an excellent triple threat. Swerve at a point towards the end gets yanked by his dreads and popped in the head with a pair of golden scissors by Ricochet, who has been pushed beyond his limit. They embarrassed him. He was just trying to be cool, and they pushed him to the psychopath thing. He has these golden scissors. I thought he was going to cut Swerve's hair, but no, he just stabbed him instead. And I was like, okay, I understand.
He looked a little too much like Andrew Tate.
I think he can't fucking help that, and like it's time to lean into it, I guess. Have some fun with that. But people are like making fun of it for a while, and it's wrestling. You should absolutely just look into Andrew Tate, find his worst qualities, and take them for yourself and put them into your character. That's how
heel work.
Exactly.
That's how it works. So he comes out here, costs Swerve the match essentially because while this is going on, Jay White is in the ring. He hits Roderick Strong with another out of nowhere Blade Runner for the pin. Wins the number one position in the gauntlet. Gets his shot at Jon Moxley potentially, and then Ricochet continues the beatdown, and he beats on Swerve. I got pictures of that shit. I should probably show you guys.
Can we also take a moment to talk about maybe the other participants in the Casino Gauntlet are just like, why didn't I get the opportunity to get the number one spot?
I don't think that you're cool enough. Roderick Strong is probably the more random entrant because like Swerve Strickland, former champion. Jay White, number one contender like 3 minutes ago. Roderick Strong?
Roddy's in there for the sentiment because he missed out the first one.
So I mean, Ricochet continues his attack on Swerve, bloodied, busted open. He's got these special scissors. He stood there in the same position. I wish the camera would have spent more time on him, like an awkward, uncomfortable amount of time on him, because that's how awkwardly and uncomfortable he was standing there with those scissors in the same position, like a crazy person.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think that was purposeful.
Yeah, like I wish the camera would have focused on him more so that we could also feel weird about him standing there like that. But he did hold still until the bell rang. Then he came in the ring, beats on Swerve, gives him the spirit gun on a chair, left him really ugly. I gotta flash that one because Facebook won't like it. But yeah, fun match. What did you guys think of the match? The post show, Ricochet's full heel turn, his new insane gimmick. What is he like, psychopath Andrew Tate?
He is a psycho. Yeah, exactly. I mean, is that just Andrew Tate? But no, like Ricochet is leaning into everything that he needs to, and a guy can only be pushed so far, right? And so turning heel for him, it makes sense here. And you just been embarrassed live on pay-per-view after you lost a very important match. So I 100% understand the turn as well, which I think is another very key point that some heel turns might miss, or face turns and anything like that. But overall, wow, that was brutal. And it was getting me some really crazy vibes there at the end when, Nana's trying to approach. It's like, oh crap, he's got the scissors. He's going to Arn Anderson Sid Vicious me. Oh no. And then he stops helping Swerve when he sees the scissors, but when he has the chair, that's when he tries to no, I can do this. And like, no, you can't. He got knocked almost like head first into the steps. And that almost looked like it was not properly done, but it looked great for what the segment was trying to establish with crazy Ricochet not caring. And I almost wish that we had security people running in there just so Ricochet could have more fodder to go crazy on.
Just stabbing people over and over. Just everyone does a blade job.
The AEW slasher.
But yeah, it was all right though. I mean, we'll see what comes from Swerve versus Ricochet. The feud just started, but the next pay per view's in March, so
Yes.
we'll see. That's a lot of TV to cover.
I also like too that he knew like, okay, I have a better chance of going after Swerve than I ever would going after anyone from the Hurt Syndicate.
And I actually kind of love the fact too, like it kind of seemed horror movie esque as
Yeah.
well. But the one thing that threw me off is he came out in a full Louis Vuitton suit. I'm like, how much money did you just spend on that? And you just got blood all over it.
I guarantee he's so crazy he's going to be wearing that white dress shirt next week, if not on Saturday.
The JFK
He
effect.
He should. He
Right.
should. But yeah, man, we followed up with the. Oh shit! I lost all my shit. Hello, my whole fucking recap is gone. Okay, there we are. We had a promo from Mariah May. Excellent promo, actually. She said she called herself a woman from hell. She's still standing here with a foot on the whole division's neck. And nobody can beat her, but she'll be glad to see if anybody can try. It was really sick. I think she killed it. I love Mariah May. I always said still think she needs something with some more meat on it before the Tony Storm thing comes. But yeah, that is what it is. At least she's on television on this first episode of AEW on Max with all these new people. We made sure to get all of the right faces on this episode of Dynamite. Everybody who needed to be introduced to a new audience was on this episode or in a highlight video that got introduced to this new audience. And we should continue that next week with some of the secondary people, maybe the tag champions or, the secondary champions. Takeshita, who wasn't on tonight, wasn't featured. Who's the other champion? Daniel Garcia, who wasn't on, who wasn't featured.
Which
Anyway.
he'll be on this Saturday to take on Mark Briscoe.
That's right. He'll be defending his TNT title on Saturday. I'm more inclined to watch Collision now that it's on Max. I don't know why that is. I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why. I don't. I was watching TBS on Hulu. It's the same amount of button clicks. I'm not sure why it being on Max makes a big difference for me, but it does.
And I'm gonna say this too. Why are they not giving Mina and Mariah more time? Like, we still haven't gotten that big payoff between those two yet. Like, I thought we were going to start gripping our teeth into that storyline after Mariah turned on her, but...
A very personal rivalry that deserves a rematch.
It could have carried the Mariah thing too until the next Tony Storm match, but I don't know if it's because of Mina's availability or because they New Japan booked her in a match against Mercedes. So like she's busy with other things. But it's funny the way the relationship works between AEW and New Japan. They are separate. Like, they do make decisions separately from each other that involve people that they share. So Mina Shirakawa is a Stardom talent and she belongs to Bushiroad, New Japan. So it kind of it makes things difficult when it comes to telling a coherent story. You don't know how many weeks you're gonna have her. You know when she's gonna be available. So when you do get her, you're like, "Fuck, we got to do the match right now." It's like 2 weeks from tonight, world title match, and you just get it done because you want to service that part of the story. But then you leave people questioning why it couldn't be more significant.
Maybe that's something that Tony Khan and New Japan have to work out. Be like, hey, like, when do you not need this person? So that way we can try to build a storyline for them. And vice versa, we can give you in something in return, sort of deal, and something like that. Like, there's ways around this, but right now, like as this relationship's been going, they haven't really done that much. It kind of been like, yeah, we need this person, you need this person, yeah, but we're gonna let you do it for short term.
Yeah, no, I think the nature of wrestling just doesn't really allow for that kind of planning. Sometimes you really have to be willing to give away a draw like Mina Shirakawa for a significant amount of time to tell a story like that, and it's like not possible. It's just hard, but it's gonna be harder when her contract comes up and she remembers how much she likes America. Because that's kind of what happens. They get a taste when they work with AEW, and then their contract in Japan comes up, and they go, "I would really like to go over there and just live there."
Economy is wild here. Let's go to America.
They get paid a lot more. And it's like, you're poaching. It's like, they came to me. I don't know what you want me to do. I'm not gonna turn away Kazuchika Okada
Right.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. My girlfriend said no. Like, shut the fuck up. Come on in.
After this match with Monet, Mina ends up in WWE, just like back here did.
Back here, yeah. I think she would love that opportunity. I don't know that WWE would love. I mean, I don't know that they know enough about Mina. I think Triple H would act like it though. I love Mina Shirakawa. Anyway, Shirakawa.
That shouldn't break me as much as it does.
So, hell yeah, Jeff Jarrett, he's backstage. They're asking him, "Hey, you really sure you want to do this? This is kind of wild." He's like, "Yeah, I'm sure I want to do this." And his wife is like, "Are you fucking sure you want to do this?" He's like, "Absolutely." Well, I'm with you. And at this point, I'm like, he is absolutely not retiring. So
Right.
let's see what the fuck it is he's gonna say out there. I thought a heel was gonna come out and just like ruin his shit, and then that'll be like a thing. But no, he just comes out and he's like, I want to wrestle, damn it. This is my last contract and I want to wrestle. And I want the world championship. And everyone's like, why do you say world championship? And I'm like, why the fuck would he be like, I want the secondary title? Like, shut the fuck up. He wants the world title. He'll end up with the TNT or something. Like, that's how that goes. I'm down. I never cared about Jeff Jarrett this much in my life, actually. Right. When his music played, I was just reminiscing about how it used to make me sick. That fucking song would hit at like the end of like a King of the Mountain match or some shit. It's like he wasn't here. Why is he here now? How's he gonna be world champion? No. How many times are they gonna give himself the belt?
Sure is Jerry Lawler in here.
But these
Lawler
days
made it entertaining.
That kind of
there's a difference.
It's like
I wouldn't.
The Memphis champion.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. but so Jeff Jarrett in AEW has been a different experience, possibly because he has no control over how he's booked, and also because they've used him in this really interesting old man role, and he can still go. He's still Jeff Jarrett. He can still work a great Jeff Jarrett match. So yeah, it sounds like he's going to be starting a run here, and he's going to be wrestling more often to climb the ladder for the world championship. And I'm down. Hit him with a ladder. Hit him with a guitar. Hit him with the guitar.
Slapping up you.
My world. Be singing that shit for the next 52 weeks or however long.
Oh, do you think they can recreate that? Do you think they can sign Beetlejuice Green?
Is he alive? Did he die?
No, he's alive.
Oh shit! I thought he was dead.
The meme goat is still active.
What the fuck?
Tony Khan, get Beetlejuice Green.
I know, you're right. Isn't he that meme where the dude says goodbye? He's like, "I love you, bro. I'm gonna miss you."
Yeah, like, that's what makes everyone go, is he dying?
He's just leaving. He's just walking away.
What are you doing? Nothing. Just hanging around.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. He's so relevant right now. He should absolutely be on TV.
It's a deep cut wrestling reference, but he's also a relevant meme lord.
Fuck. I didn't realize that was the same person. That's crazy. Shit.
But yeah, getting back to it, just like
Jeff Jarrett.
Speaking of how great Jeff Jarrett is, like you were saying, John, I was just thinking back while he's coming out here, because there's, always that 1%. Look at that. There's always this like 1% in the back of my mind where it's just like,
hey, message for Robbie.
Oh, hey, shout out. Robbie, do you know them?
Hello, yes, that is actually my stepmother. So, hello.
He said, do you know them? I think it would be kind of concerning if he didn't. I'd be like, hey.
No, because I was just be like, yeah, my man's got fans. Let's go. But
he's still support.
Rated Robbie, baby. But no, like Jeff Jarrett, he came out and I was thinking back, I didn't care for him in WWF. I didn't care for him in WCW. I didn't care for him at all in TNA. But now, like the AEW Jeff Jarrett, and I've said this for a long time, I don't know what it is. It's just like, this is my favorite iteration of Jeff Jarrett. And I think it was a very strategic idea that they had to feature Jeff Jarrett so prominently on the show how they did, because, again, you've got a lot of new people watching it who maybe they are a lapsed fan. Maybe they've seen the viral story about Taylor Swift and they're not really a fan, but they recognize the name Jeff Jarrett from that story. So I think it was very smart to include Jeff Jarrett on here because, again, you got so many fans from how long was his career? Like he said, like he started in the 80s. I'm sure there's plenty of so you got
at this point,
plenty of people who remember him over the years. And again, I'm sure those lapsed fans are just like, "Hey, that's Jeff Jarrett. He's still wrestling." So I think that was very smart how they did that.
Absolutely. And let's see what kind of matches he's gonna pull out now. He's gonna have the Bryan Danielson run.
And I also want to add in something too. Like as he was saying, I didn't start caring about Jeff Jarrett in whole until probably his late TNA run. Honestly, when he was feuding with Kurt Angle and that whole feud with him, and at that point with his real life
and stealing his wife,
Karen Jarrett, and stealing Kurt's wife at that point. But
oh no,
what Jeff Jarrett's been able to do after his whole game changer wrestling run, seeing him take on Effie, it felt something different. And then getting to see him as well help out referee SummerSlam 2022 back when I ended up going to Nashville for that, and then seeing him in AEW, it's been more fun. It feels like a farewell tour with Jeff Jarrett, playing all the hits and stuff. Mm-hmm. Him coming out the crowd tonight saying Slappy New Year.
That was a given.
WCW guys with a slap nuts reference. But I can't wait to see what happens. Honestly, I don't mind seeing Jeff Jarrett be world champion one more time. Just do one of those things where he wins it and then loses it within a day. Then that'll be fine.
Yeah, I feel people will probably lose their shit. Maybe have a heel taken from him immediately or something like that, like exactly. Christian or something. We had this. We followed that up with a promo from MJF that was filmed immediately after the match at the pay-per-view on Saturday. He's laughs at Adam Cole for losing, fucking loser. But he's here with a message, a question for the dictator, the king. Jon Moxley. He asks Moxley, what's a king to a god? He doesn't care what Moxley does with AEW. He's no business with him. No problem with him. But he does have the world championship. And MJF wants that back. So I thought that was awesome. I thought it was really cool that everyone in the company seems to want the world championship again. Everybody wants the world title. Old people are coming out of retirement to get the world title. MJF wants it. Hangman wants it. Jay White wants it. Everybody wants the world title, and next week you got a casino battle gauntlet where we could possibly introduce more people into this race, into this rat race for the world championship. And I feel like if they wanted to bring this Moxley story back around and maybe have it overarch into the whole company, then having everybody want the world title and be fired up and having everyone inspired should have been like his goal. This was what I wanted all along. This is why I set this place on fire, because I wanted you people to fucking dance. And so now everybody's dancing.
Rampage.
Yeah, shit like that. Then now you have to be on Dynamite because I canceled Rampage. Anyway, fucking MJF promo was great. I don't really know what else you can say about it. He's MJF. He does what he does, and it looks like they'll be putting him back in the world title scene soon.
Mm-hmm. Another amazing feature, and I'm glad that out of everyone that was a AEW pillar, they featured one of them, and it was MJF.
And then to add on to that, it's MJF. He's always consistent. He is an old school heel to the fullest. The way MJF projects himself, even in real life, on keeping his kayfabe going and keeping in character, how can you not sit there and hope that MJF faces Moxley once again for that title? Yeah. It's gonna happen at some point in time, and you know what? Sign me up. I always love to see MJF and Mox go against each other. Do it again. Run it back.
Plus MJF too, he's got those movie roles. We always see him in a bunch of different things outside of media, so he's going to definitely be a mainstream breakout. So again, great job on featuring him.
Oh yeah! So now we got the main event, the trios match.
No, wait, we got the handicap.
Oh wow! I missed that. I didn't even see it. Who was it?
I which I have a very quick bit of trivia to note on there. So we had Powerhouse Hobbs, Powerhouse, absolutely crushing Unmasked Serpentico John Cruz, and North Carolina independent stalwart Rob Killjoy, which the interesting trivia I had here, Rob Killjoy has wrestled 2 other AEW matches in the past. The first one was a dark match loss to Hobbs, and the second was a dark match loss to Serpentico. Both guys involved in this match.
Oh shit, that's interesting. They're probably friends with him. They're the ones who are getting him on the card.
No, exactly. I mean, the dude's wrestled a long time. His on cage match, he's been wrestling since as early as like 2004
Oh shit.
throughout the Carolinas.
Yeah, hey, for fucking being a weekend warrior, man. That shit is awesome. I wish I could have done it. But so now, I guess they fought Hobbs.
Yep, and Hobbs absolutely crushed them. And again,
Steamrolled.
I love a showcase for a powerhouse like Powerhouse Hobbs. That was another very strategic choice because you see this guy, he's got star written
Yeah.
all over him. And they said, too, he's going to be a part of the Casino Gauntlet.
I'm also going to add to this, too. It was a great way after coming off a loss with Takeshita. That's another good way to grab somebody some momentum. Lose a title match on a pay-per-view, come back, work a squash match, get a win. And then right then and there, Hobbs has his momentum back even after the loss against Konosuke.
It's kind of wild that Takeshita wasn't featured though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was not.
No feature
Well-
for Darby in any way either with his Tony Hawk connection.
But they did kill him.
Oh, yeah, commercial.
They did. We did get a Tony Hawk commercial, which made me
Yeah.
realize, wow, Tony Hawk's old.
But yeah, Darby got killed on Collision. They stomped him with
I
a
was
chair. They gave him the Brian death, and then they threw him down the stairs. So he got worse than Brian. He should be retired. Well, it's just- we should never
retired?
see Darby. We should never see Darby again.
Oh,
They
no,
stomped. They stomped his fucking head into that chair and threw him down the fucking stairs, bro. They
That's exactly
killed-
why we should see him again. 'Cause
They
it's Darby.
killed him.
Man got hit by a bus
He'll
and
come
still
back
wrestled.
alive. Don't worry.
He's
about it.
dead. And he will definitely get over death because he's Darby Allin.
Yeah, if the bus didn't take him out and he came back, I'm sure he'll be fine with those Death Riders.
Mhm.
The main event, the trios action 6-man tag, the Death Riders versus the rated FTR and their the Cope.
Cope.
Rated R superstar Cope. That's gonna take a little bit of getting used to. I thought that would be like a nickname. I didn't think that was gonna be like his name.
Rated R Cope.
I
I
was
wonder
just
too
saying
if it
Cope
was
before.
like,
What the hell?
yeah, I thought it was just like a short thing just so it would fit with the Cash and Dax.
But
I
no,
think so.
no, they're not here at all.
And they kept referring to him as Cope the whole time on commentary too.
Over and over and over and over again. Cope. I'm like, that's a thing. That's not one time.
But now,
That's his name. His name is Cope, no longer Adam
Open.
Copeland. The Cope Open. That's where we fucked ourselves. We were saying Cope Open, and he took a liking to that shit. He was trying to get it over the whole time. I didn't think somebody did actually convince him to get it done. I don't know. I guess he really wanted one syllable. He got used to Edge.
Cope.
Cope, but does he know? Like, does he know like Cope and Seed? Like, I don't think he does. He's old. Anyway, horny for violence for this match tonight. They had a good. I hope they gave this. I hope they gave this girl what she came for tonight. It was pretty good. It's a pretty fun match. Trios. Excuse me, I got a stroke. Rated FTR defeats the Death Riders. Check this shit out. This is actually really funny.
With the champ on the floor.
You fucking killed him. Anyway, Braided FTR gets the win over the Death Riders and Edge. I'm just gonna call him Edge. I've been calling him Edge all this time. I'm not gonna call him Cope. I wasn't even calling him Adam Copeland. He's Edge. Edge spears Yuta for the win after Yuta ate a fucking shatter machine, and I guess that sets him up for more confrontation with Moxley down the line. If shouldn't he be in the Casino Battle Royale if he wants a shot at John Moxley? And if he's not, that's like a real hole in the story there.
But John, you see, because he is Cope, he's not Adam Copeland anymore.
I see. That qualifies him. The shorter name.
He had to sign a
qualify
whole
them
new
for.
contract, which guaranteed.
It's got to be something. I don't think that he should just be given a title shot. He should definitely be in the gauntlet.
He should be.
Even
Oh,
though
that's what he should do. Everyone's like, wait, why does he get a title shot? But we had to go in the gauntlet, and he'll just say, "Cope."
Cope. I don't know. He fucking comes before this match. He had a confrontation with 2/3 of the learning tree. He calls Big Bill's face stupid. It's got a stupid face, and I laugh because they kind of look alike. But he's got a stupid face.
Yeah.
True.
And,
They always call him
and
All Edge.
that'll lead to a match between the Learning Tree and Rated FTR on Collision this weekend because they're still in the North Carolinas. I've always thought it kind of feels weird setting that up like before this match. Like, how do you know you're not gonna die tonight, Edge? Like, well, okay.
Exactly.
But they set that up, and we'll see that on Collision. Rated FTR did get the win there, so they'll go into that with a bit of momentum. Like I said, fun main event, fun Dynamite in all. I had a good time. I thought this was a perfect way to introduce a new audience to new wrestling. Fuck, did you fellas have any other thoughts on this show, on this main event, before we
This
go
main
into our
event-
segments?
This main event was fun, man. You know, ever since Adam or Edge, he broke his leg against Malachi Black back in the summer. It was kind of like missing a little bit with Copeland because everything that he was doing with Christian Cage and plus his lineage of how long he's been in the business for, plus me just being a big edge head anyway. Like, I was missing it. I kind of, if you guys remember, way before Christmas and the holidays, we were discussing this show specifically on who would come back to return for FTR and everything else. And I called it. It was going to be Adam Copeland to team up with FTR for tonight's show since it was in Nashville. And that match, it was fun. Love the Shatter Machine going into the spear. I feel like they should do that more. Maybe a trios title run for Rated FTR. Don't keep it like a small thing like they did before with, like it has been done with Edge back in the day when he was with WWE. So, otherwise, what a way to bring in a new audience internationally, not just here in America, internationally for the AEW. I feel like tonight for the company in a whole was a big win for them. 2025, can't wait for more. This is a great time to be a professional wrestling fan, no matter who it does. But we all know eventually somebody's going to complain on the IWC. Who cares? It's wrestling. Just watch and enjoy. If not, turn it off.
I hate that. I'm sorry. I hate it. I feel like people should say whatever the fuck they want, and it's our responsibility to what we want to listen to.
Exactly.
It's like you don't have to listen to the IWC. Like, they're always gonna be dumb. But I also feel that way about the enjoy all wrestling thing. Like, I don't want to fucking enjoy all wrestling. However, so much wrestling is bad.
Too much.
It's so much bad
Yeah.
wrestling. But that's just me. That's how I feel about it. I like talking shit.
I mean, going back to the point you brought up there, Robbie, this was a great show all around. Just looking at all the names that they had featured either in promos or in matches themselves. I think, if you're introducing your show to a brand new audience, you've got a lot of the recognizable names on there, like Cope, like Moxley. But, throughout it, too, you've got a lot of, established international talents. You got like a Jay White in there. You got longtime stalwart Roddy. And, you even opened the show with two of your own main stalwarts in Adam Page and Orange Cassidy. So I think top to bottom, they did a great job of having the right people placed around to showcase for tonight. And it's great to be able to say that, you've got a roster full of talent where it makes us kind of want to go, yeah, but why didn't they feature this person and this person? Oh, they should have also had this person. So hopefully we get even more features next week. And it was enough to be able to keep more people tuning in next week.
I think being on Max will, we're never going to know who fucking watches this shit now, which probably helps the discourse. You never got to hear about ratings anymore.
Yes.
But also, it's on Max. I feel like a lot of casual viewers are just going to stumble upon it. Like, what's this AEW shit? Wrestling? I love wrestling. And just goes from there. But yeah, man, that was AEW Dynamite. And I mean, we might as well bring us to our jobber of the night. Nick, I'll let you go first. Who is your jobber of the night?
Jobber of the night, I'm gonna give a shout out to North Carolina's own Rob Killjoy. He has been. Oh wow. Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Rob. But no, Rob
sorry.
Killjoy, he's been killing it on the independent scene out there apparently for about 20 plus years now. So hey, shout out to him for, finally getting an opportunity on, a major TV scale, especially on such an important AEW show. And he did a great job alongside Serpentico in making Powerhouse Hobbs look exactly like his name suggests, a powerhouse.
Hell yeah, Robbie.
For me, tonight, I feel like the cameraman is actually the jobber of the night for me because for whatever reason, I even noticed this too on the pay-per-view. Every once in a while, they would keep going, zooming in and out. And for whatever reason, it kind of bothers my eyes when they just go zooming in and out and you can see them just zoom in and out. And honestly, I feel like that's a presentation, and plus how they couldn't really fit the whole ring into the hard camera. We've seen it a lot of times in the Carolinas anyway. I don't know if that's how these venues are set, so they can't get the hard camera all set up. If that is the case, maybe try to bring it back a few inches. Honestly, the cameramen are my job of the night for these reasons, and it's the little productions that they need to be fixed up when they go back to Asheville at some point.
My jobber of the night is probably going to be. I didn't think of anybody. I should have nobody. I was watching and I was trying to think. I was trying to think of someone. I was trying to think of anybody who really sucked. My jobber of the night is probably Edge. Not because he sucked, but because he thought this was a good idea to be Cope.
It's
Cope.
Cope.
Cope is not a good idea. I hope that
Sorry,
someone
Adam,
can
we
convince
know
him
he
of this.
was.
This fucking name right here, I'm never gonna use this. Let me get out this. Yeah, that's what Cope. That's what Cope makes me feel. That's what I felt when I heard Justin Roberts say it out loud. Like, why are they forcing people to do this? Anyway,
I looked up some cinnamon. Oh my goodness, take two.
Some
I looked
cinnamons.
up some synonyms for Edge. You got Brim, you got Rim. That would have been funny. The rated
Wow.
superstar Rim. Tide. Fringe. That's kind of fun.
Who's jobbing to Rim tonight?
Trim. Blank line. The rated R superstar line.
Flank line. Flank line.
Blank line. That's kind of fun. Outline.
Could you ever imagine if he had shown up in AEW and called himself Outline?
It's Outline.
It's Outline.
There's fans crying in the front row as Alter Bridge is playing, and they're like, "It's Outline."
You think you know him? Outside. Oh man.
It's Outline saving Sting and Darby.
That brings us to our megastar of the night.
We gotta get the vine boom.
Okay. There's a lot of these.
That's us flashing back to the legendary team of Christian and Outline.
That's a lot of sounds. Megastar of the night. I'm gonna go first. My megastar of the night is also Adam Copeland, because I thought that'd be funny.
Good old Outline.
No, my megastar of the night is Jeff Jarrett. Hell yeah, my world, bah, bah. Fuck that. That's just why. That's my reasoning for megastar of the night.
Just
Nick,
hanging around.
who's your megastar, Nick?
Oh man, honestly, there's a lot of potential options here, so it's kind of tough to pick just one. But I'm gonna give a huge shout out to Tony Bowens. Anthony Bowens looked tremendous in his match, and I personally would love to see him in some way get involved with the Hurt Syndicate. But yeah, I think Bowens looked tremendous. He had a lot of force. He was able to, dish it back to Shelton and Bobby, which was great because Caster got absolutely obliterated by them. So yeah, shout out to Bowens.
Robbie, final megastar of the night.
my megastar tonight is gonna be Ricochet. He finally fucking balled up and took that embarrassment that he had on the pay-per-view. He let it fester inside him and just went completely psycho. I mean, you seen what he was dressed up as too. Got the Louis Vuittons on. Didn't care about the blood. At one point, he was just getting there all psycho. It's what we needed. This is something we never saw in Ricochet ever, and that's being cold-hearted and completely just psycho. And honestly, I'm kind of digging this too because this matches Swerve psycho pathness as well with that too. So what happens when we're gonna get these two guys together, where Swerve can also get to that dark side? Now he's bringing that dark side out of Ricochet. What is gonna happen? What kind of stipulations are we gonna get? How bloody is it gonna be? Can't wait to see more of this heel Ricochet.
It's gonna be fun. I can't wait to see that. Hope they have a stipulation right off the back. Just get it off. Get it over with. No. No, man, that was AEW Dynamite. That's the stars, megastars, jobbers of the night. But we got a couple more things to talk about. If you had fun tonight, this isn't the only day that we're on the air. Dershi Radio has post-show live streams every single fucking day, almost. We got a post-show after Monday Night Raw. We got a post-show after Tuesday Night NXT. We got a post-show after Dynamite. Obviously, you're here with us. We got our new show, Thursday nights, Thursday mornings, Dershi Radio. You should listen to that on your way to work. On Fridays, we also have Impact on Thursdays, Thursday nights, Post-show Rewind. Friday nights, Nick, Mac, John. Friday Night SmackDown, Post-show Rewind. Saturdays, you got pay-per-views every other week. Sundays, Tyler and CJ are finally coming for their weekend wrestling roundup with a W. Roundup with a W. They're so bold. They're so influential. They're going to change the world with the weekend wrestling roundup with a W. You also got 3NT Wrestling every Sunday. Thank you for giving us our new home, guys, by the way. And January 10th. That's right. WCW Greed. WCW Greed. You fucking sick bastards voted for them to watch the worst possible WCW show they could watch. So they will be watching that January 10th live and talking to you about it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. I love you all. No, legitimately, from the bottom of my heart, somewhere in the middle of my fucking scrotum, I have love for all of you. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you later tonight for the Dershi Radio News Show with our year-end awards. Yeah!
Yeah, thank you.